So hello there, my name is Quinn Sprague and I'm a nursing student here at CSUSM. And I'm here with my good friend by the name of
Cole.
And so you're a participant in this interview, and your interviewing is voluntary, and it is for education purposes. So if you agree with this interview, please say so.
I agree.
All right, and please feel free to share as much or as little as you feel comfortable with. I'm just here to listen to you.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Of course. So, probably had surgery about 2 years ago by now.
Close to 2 years. Yep.
Yeah.
In December.
And so you had kyphosis. Were you born with kyphosis?
I was not born with it, but when I started growing up, it started to develop. In my middle school years, I would just kind of be called out for posture, and then kind of towards my freshman year, it was kind of like people were noticing that I was kind of hunched over.
Yeah.
Unnaturally.
I mean, we definitely noticed.
Yeah.
So the curvature had worsened over time, and
Definitely,
did it get to like a certain point where it was just like this needs to be corrected?
Yeah, during my senior year, it was kind of like everyone kind of knew like it was a problem, and I should see a doctor. So I did. I think during my senior year, I went and got checked up for it. When I got my first job, so that was probably about 15 and a half, and I was standing for long periods of time. That's when I kind of started noticing that I would get pain for standing for a while. Like the actual curvature, I kind of was noticing it junior year, and I was kind of becoming a little self-conscious of it then.
Did you try like any treatments where it was getting worse, like any therapies, like physical therapy or any medication?
Yeah, I did. So after we got checked up with the doctor and I got diagnosed with kyphosis, they told me that physical therapy would not help revert it. It could help slow down the curvature, but basically it was just going to start curving more. But they told me I can go try because I wasn't for sure I was getting the surgery at the point. I was honestly leaning towards not getting it, I think, at that point. And so I went to physical therapy once, and I don't know. It felt kind of pointless because they told me it wasn't going to fix it.
Yeah. So it was like that a point where you knew like that surgery might be inevitable if it gets worse.
Yeah.
When you had like probably the worst moment of your kyphosis journey, was there anything you were afraid, like losing your surfing ability, having this exponential pain, the social aspect of it, the way it looked, or like affecting your daily life or anything?
It really didn't hold me back from doing any activities or anything. Like I would surf, I would skate, I would do crazy stuff. I mean, we would hang out and like run around, push each other, and I don't know, just have fun. And it didn't affect me at all during that. It was kind of just more when I stood or even sat for a long periods of time, like in class, I'd get really uncomfortable.
So there wasn't really like any abnormal symptoms to it in general. It was just the pain of just like standing and sitting for a long period of time. So where was the pain mostly? Like, did you feel in your lower back?
It was my middle, like
middle
mid
back.
Yeah, and it kind of would move upwards towards the upwards part of my back.
Okay, yeah. So when it first started, how do you think you would rate the scale of pain out of like 1 to 10? Like 1 or 0, 1 being no pain and 10 being like the worst pain you ever felt?
So it wasn't like a crazy bad pain. It was probably about a 5, and so it was just really uncomfortable.
Like near the end.
Like it was just uncomfortable having like.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like I was dying or anything of pain, but it was just super uncomfortable, and I noticed like I wouldn't want to like go out to do things that I knew I was going to be like walking for a while or something.
So the rest of the interview got cut out, but we'll try to make this as natural as possible. So next question. Were you given any medications during your time when you had kyphosis?
No, not before. They definitely gave me medication after the surgery.
And what specific medications were they?
I don't remember all of them, but I know they gave me Flexerol. They gave me some kind of heavy painkiller. It might have been like Xanax or something. They had me on, high dosages of ibuprofen. They had me on stuff just like post-surgery, like my bowels were messed up, like so they had me on, I don't know, whatever, like stuff for stool.
Yeah, it's very common for like post-op patients
Yeah.
to just have all these diuretics for post-op surgeries
Yeah.
because it's very common for just constipation, like your bowels just like stop
Yeah.
moving. Did kyphosis ever like affect your well-being or self-image at all?
Now looking back after, I was a completely different person, and I have a lot more confidence now after, and I think a lot of it came from being upright.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, and you got taller than me, which
yeah,
I hated.
exactly, taller. But there's like, I don't know, like people talk about how just like having good posture, like, it leads to a lot of good things because like you breathe better, and then in turn you just feel better, like, mentally.
Did you notice any loss before surgery? Either like near the time of surgery or anything beforehand? Any loss in range of motion or any balance in like any loss of balance or coordination? Nothing?
No, nothing. It didn't really affect my everyday life.
Was it hard to bend backwards at all, or?
There was a point. There was a point where my back wouldn't bend back anymore, but it didn't like hurt to like push it. It's just my back stopped at a certain point.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, do you have any breathing difficulty, standing, lying down, or exerting abnormal physical activity?
Yeah. No, I don't. No.
That's good. Did you notice any numbness, tingling, weakness in the legs and arms or back? I know you said before like there was a little post-surgery numbness in your legs.
Before the surgery, not really. Yeah, no, not before, but after the surgery, I definitely was like, there was some nerve stuff like around my butt, like I felt like numbness and stuff, and then still now, like along the scar, if like someone touches it, like I don't have all my feeling back there.
Do you feel like when someone like touches you, does it feel tingly, or do you just not feel it at all?
Like sometimes I can't feel it. Of course, if you put pressure, I feel the pressure.
Sure.
But like if someone like drags something across it, I might not feel it.
And then, what caused you to just finally just get the surgery? Like, was there anything major in your life that just drastically was like, I need to do the surgery?
There wasn't anything that just happened and I was like, I'm getting the surgery for sure. It was kind of just a lot of talk with parents and other doctors. Like we got a bunch of opinions and just like people we knew. But it was kind of like, my parents were split and they would change decisions and I was split and I'd be like, oh, I want to get the surgery, oh, I don't want to get the surgery. And it was hard to find a good time because I was going to miss school and stuff. But I just realized like I could wait and think about it more, but it's just gonna there's gonna be more risk involved. I might get busier, have less time to get it done. And it was kind of like I could not do it, and then over time I get older and I'm not able to do the things I want to do. And so I just thought it was best to get it done now and hopefully get to a point where I can start doing the things. And I was concerned that I would lose some ability to do stuff because they told me I would have less motion. But now I'm healed, and I really like I can go surfing, and I feel like I surf better than
Mm.
before, and I can do turns
Dang.
harder than before,
That's awesome. I
and
didn't know that.
yeah, and I feel. I mean, I don't feel held back from my back really at all.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some stuff every once in a while where, like, maybe I shouldn't, but it doesn't make me bummed that I can't do those things. I can do the things I want to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can definitely like understand the mental struggle too of like going through a big surgery like that, like time wise and
Yeah.
just full like it's almost like your life is changing
It
from
is.
like this possible surgery like that.
Yeah.
How many opinions did you get?
We talked to like 3 doctors. Like I went and visited 3 doctors,
Mhm.
and none of them were like, "You should get the surgery for sure."
Really?
None of them were like, "You shouldn't get the surgery for sure." Like,
I mean, but did they tell you, or did you just know like by yourself that if I just let it continue, that it was just gonna get worse?
they
or
all
it's
said it
gonna
was
get
just going to
worse?
start getting worse,
Yeah.
and physical therapy wasn't going to help.
Yeah.
And maybe you could slow down the process,
Mhm.
but they can't guarantee anything like that, and they can't guarantee the surgery fixing me. But they said that, I mean, it was more likely that I was gonna, like, be better after surgery than I was. And then, I mean, we also just talked to other friends that we knew, doctors or people that knew doctors, and talked to them and stuff.
Mhm.
And it was kind of the better decision to just do.
And the actual process of getting the surgery, you were put under for, you said 6 hours.
Yes.
Under a lot of sedatives. Can you explain the story of like how they told you like about talking about food and stuff
Yeah,
beforehand?
I remember. I remember thinking like, oh, I'll have time to just like lay back and kind of relax, and like something that made me believe that was just like, before they put me under, they asked me like what I wanted to drink. Like I think it was like an apple juice I picked, and I remember being like stoked, like, oh, I'm gonna wake up to an apple juice, and then like food. I don't remember what the food was, and then I went under and woke up, and I just remember like being like, I do not want that. Like I don't want to eat any of that, and I was kind of bummed, and I was like, might not be as nice as I was hoping, of course, but I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And all that. It's like, oh, I can eat. Like I'll
Yeah.
be able to eat. That
Yeah,
would
they're
be
just
nice.
they're just trying to distract you.
Yeah.
a little bit. Okay, yeah. So last question, how was the recovery? How long was the recovery? Any pain or any adjustments to
Yeah.
daily
So
living?
I was in the hospital for 3 days, I believe.
Okay.
I couldn't walk. I was in bed for the first day, and then I think the second day they got me to get up and sit on a chair, and I remember that being like super uncomfortable,
Mm.
and I think I got super lightheaded. And then I think by the 3rd day they walked me to the bath. Or no, maybe they did on the 2nd day. I ended up going to the bathroom, like walking to the bathroom.
Mhm. Yeah. Did you have like any grace period from surgery to like going to the bathroom number 2?
Oh yeah, I didn't go for like. I think on the 3rd day I like went like. I don't know, like I didn't really go. Like I think I really small, like,
Yeah.
and then I don't think I did for like another 5 days. Went to the
Dang.
bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember they getting me up to walk, and then like the 3rd day or the 4th day, I went back home, and it was uncomfortable. I just wanted to lay down. I couldn't like sit up for a while. It was uncomfortable like watch TV because like I had to like lean up a little, so I
Yeah.
didn't really watch TV. I couldn't really do much at all. Just wanted to try to sleep as much as I can to like
Yeah.
fast forward through the process. Within a couple days, I was going on short walks. By close to week 2, I was going on like multiple walks a day, like walking for at least an hour every day, usually more. when I got to 3 months point, I was kind of able to go and like see friends and stuff, and like hang out a little and do like nothing active, but just like sit with my friends and like play a board game or something. Like I think you guys came over one day. That was early, and we were able to play a board game
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something. 6 months I was able to do activities and stuff, but just with caution. Like I could go skateboarding, but I could not fall. So like I just had to do whatever small. Like I couldn't do anything crazy.
Yeah. Just go on your walks.
Surfing wasn't recommended because I could get hit by something or someone. Yeah, 7th, 8th month I wasn't really thinking about it. I was kind of just trying to get back to my normal life. Of course, I was held back by some stuff, but I was doing everything I could and having fun. We didn't.
But you don't regret the surgery at all?
Yeah, no, not at all. Now I'm here. I literally don't think about it at all.
That's awesome.
I forget I have it. I feel confident I'm able to do what I want to do. Every once in a while something comes up, like, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do that for sure. And I just won't do it. I'm not bummed about it. Like, it's not stuff I love to do. The stuff I love to do, I can do.
Yeah. So you didn't love going to the garden concert?
I love hey.
We were talking in the last interview about how we went to a concert together, and we were in the mosh pit, and Cole was contemplating on joining the mosh pit or not, but
Yeah,
think it was a
I
good
think
idea.
I joined it for a sec. Someone pushed me and it hurt, and I left. And it was like not for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't much
You
of a
can-
mosher before though, so
You can live vicariously through me.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, it was a good interview with you, Cole.
Yes, thank you, Quinn.
Of course.
Yeah.